Alright guys, here's what we got. You can see this is level. I got these tacked, and you can see the bolt here that's adjustable with the nut on the bottom. And so what my plan is to and you can see I've made this plate to where it curves, so it goes around this curve here. I wanted to locate this perfectly because that's dead money. I mean, it's just right on the money. And then I'm also going to drill here. Once I get this in, I'm going to put a nut on the, and this is adjustable. I can screw this up. And then I'll put a nut on the back side because I can actually get in here and put a nut on the back side, tighten that down, then come in and find my circle for this one, put a nut on the back side of that one, and actually do that to where I can crank it down in here, because this may not always be open, I don't know, but this more than likely will be. So I'll have two areas that I can tighten down on. But yeah, that's what I've done. That's just my locator pin. So I'm going to drop the car down, get this lined up in there, crank it down, try to get it level, and then I'm going to go ahead and tack the rest of it. See ya. Alright guys, here's what I've got. Got these nuts tacked onto the bottom. This will be an all thread on this side. I just put that in there just for now. So this locates perfectly, and then this will go up in, and then I'll have a bolt coming through the top. But again, that's going to be an all thread. But basically, yeah, that's awesome. So all I got to do now is center that up, weld it together. I got to take this out first, obviously. Said I got an all thread that'll go into that, and I'll cut a, I don't know, 2 or 3 inch piece off, run a slot in it so I can, you know, go up and down. And then this one here, I can do the same thing. I can run it all the way out, so it'll just sit on a flat surface. And then obviously that'll have to be about like that. But we'll get her leveled out and welded up, and I've got the other plate already cut, so I need to take this and use the holes so I can come over here and do the other side. Be just the opposite, basically. It'll be flipped over like that, basically. Come up in the same area, come down onto this. So, all right, see ya. All right, still not done. Getting closer though. As you can see here, yeah, focus, man. Anyway, the bubble's in the center. If I turn the light on, it's probably not going to make any difference. Yeah, probably made it worse. But I can see it better when the light's on. Anyway, so that's centered up. You can see I've got the plates on here. Plates on here. Alright, so let me take this off. Take this bar off. Show you what we've got. Alright, so here's what I've done. A little screwdriver in here somewhere. Of course, I carried it off. There it is. Why it's way over here, I have no idea. So these are our lineup pins. This was where I initially made my mark, and I was, you know, thinking I was gonna have to do something different. Well, this is what I ended up doing instead, and this is adjustable. I can just drop that down on there. I can run this up as high as I want. Just like that. And also I put one in here with an all thread with the nut on the back side. Alright, clumsy ass. So what happens is they'll go up in here. This one will go up inside here, and I can lock a nut down on that. I can also put a nut on that, but I have to come from the outside, which, I mean, may not be a big deal, but I can lock this whole front end down hard if I want to, which is kind of cool. So I'll do the same thing to these in the middle there with these, actually it'll be these. The reason I had to make those pins smaller is because this and this are the same, and I couldn't really run that up in there when that would be inside there. So this is my best option. All right, so let's drop the car down, show you how it works. Get this light out of the way so I don't freaking run over it again. All right. All right, let me double check, make sure I'm about 5 more inches. All right, there you go. You can see this, and I can turn that up even further. Man, I've knocked every freaking nut and bolt off everything. So yeah, I can actually if I start it right, I could get it on there. Anyway, take my word for it, I can put a nut on that. Also, in here you can see, maybe, probably not though, there's a bolt, that centering bolt come right up in there. So I could also put a nut on it, and I can actually just hold the top and screw that right up into it. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Same with this side, which I needed to make that come up a little farther. But here, maybe you can see on this side since I got a light over here. Yeah, see, there's my centering pin, and I can run a big, well, I don't have any sitting around here, but you can run a big nut on that. So I can lock this car in 4 places, and I know that this is absolutely where it's supposed to be. So now I can come off these outside pins to the center of those and set my spots for those. And while I've got this set down like this, I'm going to go ahead and make these braces. That way nothing moves. I've got the weight of the car sitting on it. So, yep, there you go. I'll have all the braces coming in this direction. And that was a pain. I mean, just because I don't have any, I have to drill with like a regular drill. I don't have a drill press. It's something I should probably invest in. So, yeah, just sitting and drilling those with a 1/8 inch and then going up to whatever else size and then finally getting up to the bigger one. Just took a long time. Here's the nut. I said everything's in the floor for whatever reason. But yeah, you just put the nut on the back side of that. And there you go. And I can tighten it under here, or like earlier I had that tightened down and I couldn't get that off. All you got to do is basically spin this out if you want to, back that off a little bit and just spin it out, which I'm not going to now. There. So yeah, there you go. So everything's nice and loose, hand tight. There's nothing binding. Which is nice. I better take this nut off here before I forget and try to take it up off the lift and it'll grab a hold of it. So, and then again these, which I just need to pull those up a little higher, and then I can put nuts and washers on there, which actually there's a washer on it right now. So anyway guys, that's my progress for the day. Seemed like a pretty good idea. That way, you know, I've got 4 places up front that I could lock this down. And then I also thought about making, once I get these frame rails hooked up where they need to be, maybe making something that'll come up here and get a hold of the shackle and run a bolt through it to where I can lock this car down basically. And then if I wanted to use this, come up underneath here somehow and be able to twirl the whole car and with the jig and everything, which I don't know if these will go up high enough to center that or not. I'd have to play with that, but anyway, even if not, it doesn't matter. So now I got to put the wheels on it, finish these cross braces, find the centers of my pins for those. I still got quite a bit of work to do. I didn't think it was going to take this long, but man, I'm slow. So slow and methodical. So there you go. And appreciate all you guys' comments and suggestions. And there you go. Let's go ahead and take this back up off of that. All right, so yeah, those need to come up a little bit further. Had this up so my little girl was sitting here, she couldn't see me welding, kind of block her from all the welding light. So yeah, that's it. You guys are probably getting sick of looking at this thing, but hopefully it's going to be really nice when I start tearing this car apart to have this. So, all right guys, well, you guys have a good evening. See you.